open up your hearts and your minds to the words of Professor Derek Bell.
A group identifiable who are deemed on the bottom. Even when they rise up, they're still on the bottom. Oh, there's exceptions. And so with that system, which we've been practicing for 300 years or more, even the lowliest, no account, unimpressive white man or woman can feel that somehow I'm superior.
And the reason he's one of the best congressmen in the country is he shares our values.
You know what the Unity Center is?
Yeah, it's a
home for the Education Workers Society. It's the home for the South Chicago Unemployed Action Center. It's the home for the Communist Party USA. The home, I'm missing one organization. People's World.
Rudy Lozano and I worked closely together to try and build a relationship between Latino and African American activists and union types. We called ourselves progressives.
What was the award for today?
Award.org.
Lifetime of inspiring leadership.
Chris Honey and Rudy Lozano.
Do you remember?
Are you aware that this is the home of the Communist Party USA in Chicago, Congressman?
Oh, I thought you were just a citizen. Why would you be worried about the Communist Party?
You don't think I should be worried about the Communist Party?
Nope.
There's this movement, Occupy Wall Street, which has spread from Wall Street to other cities. They clearly don't think that you or Republicans have done enough, that you're in fact part of the problem. Are you following this movement, and what would you say to its people that are attracted to it?
Obviously, I've heard of it. I've seen it on television. I think it expresses the frustrations that the American people feel, that we had the biggest financial crisis since the Great Depression, huge collateral damage all throughout the country, all across Main Street. So yes, I think people are frustrated, and you know, the protesters are giving voice to a more broad-based frustration, We call it AstroTurf. It's not really a grassroots movement.
The problem with the Tea Party movement, they're just sewer rats.
To be pulled to the right by the radical, unrealistic, unreasonable, I repeat, radical and unpopular faction, the Tea Party.
Hello, citizens of the world. We are anonymous.
I say take the FBI, the CIA, Homeland Security, go back to hell where you're fucking
I kind of like it that they're sort of militantly vague at this point.
Most Americans, if you told them their neighbor had set bombs, even if it was a long time ago, would probably be a little unnerved by that.
On the morning of September 11, 2001, readers of the New York Times found these chilling words. "I don't regret setting bombs. I feel we didn't do enough." Spoken by a forgotten American radical, they would later come back to haunt Senator Obama. In 1995, future Senator Barack Obama was feted at a fundraising event in his Chicago neighborhood. The event was hosted by William Ayers and Bernadine Dorn. In the late 60s and early 70s, Ayers and Dorn were the leaders of a violent terrorist organization, the Weathermen. The Weathermen participated in more than 20 bombings over a decade. Ayers admits to bombing the New York City Police Headquarters, the Capitol, and the Pentagon. In 1981, 4 people were killed when a Weatherman robbery of a Brinks armored car went awry. Ayers stated the Weathermen's philosophy as follows: kill all the rich people, break up their cars and apartments, bring the revolution home, kill your parents. That's where it's really at.
This is a guy who lives in my neighborhood, who's a professor of English in Chicago, who I know and who I have not received some official endorsement from. He's not somebody who I exchange ideas from on a regular basis. And the notion that somehow, as a consequence of me knowing somebody who engaged in detestable acts 40 years ago when I was 8 years old, somehow reflects on me and my values doesn't make much sense, George.
Barack Obama really couldn't bring himself to say, you know, I really don't like that guy.
You know, kids are out of control today. Duh. You know, I was out of control a few years ago myself.
That was too much for him to say. He had to talk about what a decent fellow he is and what a good professor, how he's worked on education policy. Well, you know, Hamas has a Widows and Orphans Fund, but that doesn't change the fact that their day job is creating widows and orphans.
The Obama-Ayers relationship goes further back than the 1995 political coming-out party at Ayers' home. Obama was chosen as chairman of the board of the $50 million Chicago Annenberg Challenge. Ayers wrote the grant that founded the CAC and would have been closely involved with Obama's selection. They appeared on panel discussions together, and they served as directors of the Woods Fund together. Obama's affiliation with Ayers is made more troubling by the fact that neither Ayers nor Dorn are in any way repentant about their terrorist past.
Barack Obama is saying, well, take me at my judgment. Well, your judgment puts you in bed with Ayers and Jeremiah Wright. You know, what more do we need to see to say, you know what, this may not be the judgment we want in the Oval Office?
Barack knows what it means to be a black man living in a country and a culture that is controlled by rich white people.
The government gives them the drugs, builds bigger prisons, passes a three-strike law, and then wants us to sing God Bless America? No, no, no. Not God Bless America. God damn America. That's in the Bible for killing innocent people. God damn America for treating us citizens as less than human.